Hello friends, hi, Vinayak here. So today we're going to look at a very interesting station, supposedly a very challenging station for a lot of people, especially people whose surgical experience is not that high. They find the knotting station to be extremely challenging. And that is because it involves a certain amount of skill, a very specific skill, which is knotting in depth without lifting the hook and the magnet. So today I don't have a magnet with us, but courtesy of Ethicon, I do have a knotting and a suturing board with me, which allows me to demonstrate this entire process to you. So the step will be something very simple, something very innocuous. They will give you a bleeding point and a depth, and they will ask you to knot inside a depth. And so basically you can use any suture. It can be an absorbable or a non-absorbable. It can be proline, polypropylene, nylon, ethylon, or polyglactin 910, which is white rye. So the choice can be anything. So here I am using an nylon, which is essentially ethylon, and they are going to give you the suture material with a needle on, and you are allowed and you're also encouraged to cut it to a length which is suitable for knotting, because it is considered to be extremely stupid to handle the needle with your hands. So you can also do it without cutting a thread, but you always run the risk of handling the needle with your hands, and that's going to make you lose marks. So the first step in this entire knotting process, I'm using a ethylon thread which has already been cut to an appropriate size. The first step is to place the knot, and when I'm placing the knot, you can either place it with an instrument if it is available, but you can also do it with a hand. I prefer to do it with a hand because many stations the instrument may not be available. So use your index finger to push the knot gently. Don't touch the sides that much, and gently. If you can see, I have not moved the board. I have not put any sort of undue pressure on the hook, and I've just placed the thread over there. And don't be in a hurry. In the initial stations, I would have told you, you have to keep the knotting thread as short. But right now, I'm going to be keeping the knotting thread as longer because I will need a little bit of length to handle it. So there are multiple ways of knotting. Either you can use a 3-finger knot like this, a 2-finger knot like this, or a single finger. In this particular station, I generally prefer to use a single finger. So like in any knotting, the funda is to place your knotting finger or your knotting hand between the two threads. So that basic principles don't change. But you have to be really careful because you cannot, pull on the thread. If you can see, there is absolutely no tension. There is a bit of a memory, bit of a, this thing. I'm not, straightened to this thing, and I'm not holding it tight or taut. So to prevent it from going a little too taut, which might lift up the magnet, even before, using it with the non-knotting hand, I, gently relieve the pressure with the index, with the middle finger. And I drag the thread like this with my right hand index finger. I bring it close, place the knot in the position where you want it to do. Bring your index finger close to the place where I'm knotting. That's it, it's placed well. The second knot, you can use 3 fingers, 2 fingers, anything. I prefer to use the middle finger of my right hand, and if you can see, I'm making sure that the knot is squaring. I really cannot demonstrate that on a short black thread, a thin black thread, to be honest. And the same principle, bring your hands closer, bring your knotting finger, your index finger close to the place where you're doing it. No undue pressure, the thread is not taut. Repeat it again, this time again in the opposite direction with your index finger. That's it. If you're using an ethylon, you can place more throws. If you're placing a vicryl, you can stop with 3 throws. Unlike knotting in an instrument after incision, the first knot need not be a double knot. So that's it. The station ends, and you pass if the hook and the magnet and the board are not displaced from its position. So a simple station where you can score easy marks. All it needs is a little bit of practice. practice, and a little bit of using your head and applying.